Well, coming up on the news at noon, back on track. The major changes happening with Metro right now and how this will impact future projects. And later, what went wrong, why hundreds of Northern Virginia students have been missing class, and how health officials say we can stop it from happening again. And good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, a foggy start today.
Yeah, Mark, indeed. We had fog early on, and now we're talking about rain showers moving through this damp pattern. It just doesn't want to let go of the area here. And checking it out there, yeah, that radar picture showing a broken line of showers that progressed across western Maryland and the eastern panhandle earlier as steadier rainfall. Now it's starting to lighten up, moving through Washington, Frederick, and Montgomery counties. Is there any additional rain moving in behind this bit of shower activity? We'll let you know here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And we begin with breaking news. D.C. police are investigating a case of child abuse involving a 2-year-old. Officials say that it happened last night in Southeast on Bruce Place. Police were called for reports of an unconscious boy. The boy was taken to the hospital. Initial reports say the boy was in cardiac arrest, but this is an active investigation. Officials say that no arrests have been made so far. Also breaking now, an early morning robbery in Northwest. According to D.C. police, a Wells Fargo bank on 7th Street had an unknown amount of cash stolen. Police are currently searching for a suspect. Well, developing now, officials are investigating after a fire at a legendary jazz club in D.C. This is the scene at the Blues Alley Jazz Club in Georgetown on Wisconsin Avenue. Firefighters were able to put out the smoke and flames quickly. No one was hurt. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Well, covering Metro this afternoon, riders are one step closer to being able to catch a train to Dulles International Airport and beyond. It comes after Metro met a major benchmark that helps them to get more trains into service. Our Christy Matino takes a closer look.
Well, the big news here, the Silver Line may be done just in time for your holiday commute. Metro announced they're returning more of the 7000 series rail cars to the tracks, and that means the Silver Line could be done by Thanksgiving. Metro General Manager Randy Clark says they will gradually return all of the 7000 series rail cars to service. This is all part of the revised return to service plan outlined by Metro, which the Washington Metro Rail Safety Commission agreed to yesterday. Now, part of that plan means that these 7000 series cars will need to be inspected every 4 days to ensure they're still properly working. But this has been a long-awaited milestone for Metro riders. The trains have been out of service since last October, if you remember, after a derailment on the Blue Line. Since then, Metro has been operating with less than half of their fleet. In a statement, Metro Board Chair Paul Smedberg thanked local officials for their help on progressing the project, saying this is a win for customers, and we're grateful to Senators Warner and Kane for their leadership to reach an agreement that will safely return more 7Ks to service. And you may see this sign behind me here at the new Reston Town Center station that says station closed. So your next question may be, when will I finally be able to ride the Silver Line? Well, we still don't have an official date as of right now, but Metro is having a board meeting tomorrow, so we could get that answer by the end of this week. In Reston, Christy Matino, DC News Now.
Thank you, Christy. And new this afternoon, pushing for electric. Nearly 400 school districts across the country are getting federal grants to purchase up to 2,500 electric buses. These grants total of close to $1 billion, and the Biden administration is giving out the money as part of a larger effort to speed up the U.S. transition to zero-emission vehicles. Almost all the areas selected to receive the grant serve low-income, rural, and tribal school districts. Vice President Kamala Harris and the Environmental Protection Agency will be in Seattle later today to announce who will receive the grants. Well, in our schools, students at Stafford High School in Northern Virginia will resume activities and athletic practices today after more than 500 of them were out sick on Tuesday. Now, this comes after about 1,000 students were out last week with flu-like symptoms. A number of them tested positive for influenza A. Doctors in Fredericksburg say that hospital beds there are full, and they are concerned for the rest of the flu season. Health officials are urging everyone 6 months and older to get a flu shot and use good hygiene.
Making sure that we have good hand washing, that we're covering our coughs and sneezes, and really making an effort to stay home or avoid some of those large crowds if you're not feeling well.
And athletic competitions between Stafford County schools are still canceled to help minimize exposure to other schools. Well, several schools in Loudoun County could undergo a name change soon, and now there's clarity about the process that potential change will have to go through. The schools will establish a renaming committee to determine if they will change their name and what they will change it to. Those committees will consist of the school's principal, 2 staff members, at least 2 parents, and 2 community members without a child in the school. Schools eligible for renaming include those named after Confederate leaders or people who promoted racial segregation in the Jim Crow era.